Right then, it's been about a week since I've last done any recording or had anything to update you with. Because it's fair to say the visit to the electricians about the van did not go well. In fact, it went worse than I thought it could. But there is some good news. You see, I've met a man, and I'm going to go see him now. What a beautiful day. Oh, what's knocking in the van? And now my van has decided it's going coolant, check level. Despite me replacing the coolant bowl a couple of weeks ago, I'm starting to think if it's turning into one of those days. As I've said, it is a So, oh, what now? Service A overdue. Oh, gosh. I've got a lockup now where I'm storing the stuff in my house just to get it out of the way and give me some mental freedom. I need to sell a lot of stuff on Etsy and all that stuff. But on one night, I was going down to the lockup and then I went to investigate a potential sort of parking area, like a little bit of a stop off for the night. Yeah, do a bit of reconnaissance. And I saw un van. And I thought, there's a stealth camper there. And I noticed that un van had a chimney stack on the top. And to cut a very, very long story short, parked up and we ended up chatting. And it turns out the man in the van is called Simon. And Simon has been a full-time van lifer since November. I checked out his van and some of the woodwork he's done has been absolutely spot on. I sort of threw a random question at him here and there about electrics and stuff to see if he was blagging me, and he seemed spot on. And he also needs to earn a little bit of money. And I said, look, I need a hand building my van. I can't do too many hours work in a day and I need help to do it. Are you interested? Oh yes, he jumped at the opportunity. So fingers crossed, today we might get the floor down. If not, I'll have someone post my last known location in a YouTube comment and wish me luck. There she is. Right, what else is today going to bring in store for me? If possible, I'd like a little bit less drama. Now we think on it, I did pack I packed the kettle, but I forgot milk. Oh man. That's probably the bit that's going to tip me over the edge. Right then, it's 10:56 in the morning and the van is nice and clean. And with the attempt that we tried to do on putting the floor in, just laying there on the floor, it felt a bit sad. But it did mark the start of a new part in the van build of actually getting somewhere, and hopefully, just hopefully, might have the floor in, done and dusted in a day. There's a level of fastidiousness that's been deployed here, cleaning back the floor and then treating with rusties and hammerite paint, as this is going to be the most hard-working edge of the van, being the entrance, so it's going to have to deal with a lot of footfall and potential weather coming in when the doors open. The front edge button is lined up to be as straight as possible, as this is going to be the main straight edge where everything is going to start from. Wonkiness here means that that's going to transfer along the van, and every other straight edge is going to be all to kif. I'm not sure if the black shims here were part of the factory build from Mercedes or an aftermarket thing, but they were dotted around the van and they help keep the floor nice and level and stop it squeaking. So I'm glad I saved them instead of throwing them away with my normal reckless abandonment when I was taking apart the van. After a liberal splattering of adhesive, which if we weren't careful may have created a new life form with the tea encrusted cup of Simon's, we're finally ready to get a batten down. And then it's time for even more adhesive after the rusties and metal paint is finally dried off. Slow and steady is definitely what's happening today, but it's taken a while to get going, and it's here that I'm starting to think that the floor may not get done in the mythical van building getting the floor done in a day style. with some final, and a little bit more fettling, we're done. The beam is down in place and looking rather good. Just the rest of the floor to do now, really. I had a bit of an oopsie when I was cutting the beam that's going to go across the front of the van. It met the back of the van, completely knackered the blade. But at least we're getting there, very slow and very steady. We'd started work at 10 AM and 5 PM, liquid celebration was in order for getting half of the floor almost done. And I mean almost. But I'd had enough, make the choice to down tools and then go and get some rest and pick all of this up tomorrow. Oh, Sunday mornings, you beasts. At the yard there's no power, so while Simon cracks on, I thought it would be a good idea to test the All Powers battery packs that I've got to see if they power the tools that we needed. And yes, they did, with gusto to spare. Before we could do more woodwork in the back of the van, we decided that the wheel arches need to be sound deadened. Honestly don't think there's been a more thorough attempt to do a wheel arch than what Simon, my man friend, has done here. Right, wheel arch has been done by Simon, and look at this magnificence. Now, it's a bit controversial whether or not to do a wheel arch, because some people say because it's got ridges in it you don't need to do it, you don't need to sound deaden it, but we've gone with the slight Greg principle of of just insulating it, because it will reduce road noise, and importantly it makes it warmer for heat transfer. Now, got to do the standard YouTuber thing, even though where's my nail mat? Why am I working in these conditions? Right, nobody cares about that, do they?
Thank Greg.
Let's do the knock test. This has got sound deadening foam, believe it or not, from Temu. Ready? There is so little noise coming from there. Now let us compare to the naked one, and hopefully the microphone's picking this up. I would say that's fairly conclusive. To get some of that closed cell foam stuff, do your wheel arches. This is where we're up to now, where we've run out of mastic. It's getting on for 4 o'clock. Literally just trying to eke the end out of a camp. This is a van build on a budget and a half, this is.